What's up, boys and girls? It's me, your boy. We're gonna make a house song on the MPC2000XL. This is less of a tutorial, more of kind of a overview, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so keep that in mind, but I've somehow been able to create house loops on here. Check out my Instagram, you can see some examples. I typically put out a video a week, just a short clip. And hopefully, if you're thinking about buying an MPC for house music, you just want to get an idea of what the workflow looks like, this could be a great video. Let's jump into it. So I just turned on my MPC completely blank project, and I'm going to come down here and set my BPM. Really love the numpad on here, so if there's a numerical value I need to change, I can just type it in. So 125.0, hit enter, easily changes that value. I'm going to come over to my timing and click this orange open window, make sure my swing is off or 50%. And bars 2 is good, loop on is good. We're ready to roll. Now the first thing you need to do with the 2000XL is load actual samples into memory. So this is assuming you already have done some sampling. It exists either on a floppy, in my case I have a compact flash. So I can hit Shift 3 to go into load, and I click open window. I come in and I have my directory here. So kind of like the 1000, you have a directory with the folder structure, which is nice. And I can come in here and go down to my samples. And let's start by loading some drum stuff with the infamous Gold Baby. So once I'm in this folder, I can see all the samples in there, and I basically have to load them one by one. So I come in, I see the name of it, bass drum. I go, oh, okay, I think I want that one. Go to do it, and I can test it. That is a juicy kick. And by default, it will try to assign that sample to an individual pad. I don't want to do that, so I just scroll all the way over, turn it off. We're just loading samples into memory. So what I'll do in my workflow is just load up everything at the beginning, and then start building programs and stuff. So we're gonna click keep. Now we need a snare drum. Good enough. Open hat. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna load up 2, clap, and let's get a crash. All right, let's keep it simple. So let's just build our drums first. So I'm gonna go back to the main screen, hit Shift 6 to go into program. And in the MPC2000XL, you have 4 programs, or drums, they call them, drum programs. So I can go into drum program 1, and at the top, I can assign different programs to the drum program. Look, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I didn't read the manual. I just kind of tried to figure it out. So I'm probably explaining it incorrectly. It is a little different than the 1000. Just keep that in mind. Cool. So we're in a new program here. I'm gonna rename it to 909. And this is, again, why I love this little numpad. I can just type it in. And so we have our 909 program, and I'm going to select pad 1 on bank A. I'm going to assign the bass drum. I'm going to tap pad 2, scroll to that sample. Let's do a clap on that one. Pad 3, open hat. Then pad 4, we'll do the other snare drum on pad 5. And you're just building your shit up. Cool. So we've loaded all our drum samples in, and I can go to the parameters screen here and now modify the parameters for each sample. So for the bass, I'm going to come to filter. It's a low pass. That's the only filter type you get. I'm going to drop it way down so it's just big and boomy. And then I'm going to shave some high end off of all the other samples. So pretty easy when you're on this parameter edit screen. You can just tap a pad and it will automatically change to the settings for that parameter. Cool. Main screen. I'm back on the main screen. I'm going to come down to track 1. I'm going to rename that boy. And over on the right with the pads, you get that sick, like old school, early 2000s texting way of typing in things. So pad 1, you'll see an A and a B in the top right. Those are the letters you can get. So if I hit it twice, I get a B. Go to the right, hit pad 2 twice, B, D, bass drum. We're gonna record this in now. I'm gonna hit full level, so we're at full velocity. I'm gonna hit overdub, play start. Whoa, what the hell? So I screwed up a little there. I'm gonna go into the step edit. So you do have a step edit. You don't have to play it live. You can come into here. And a big question people typically have is they're used to coming from a DAW with a piano roll. It's like, yeah, you don't get that here. Even the 1000 kind of has that piano roll-ish thing with JJOS. Here, you get the step editor. I like it. Just keep that in mind. That's a big point here. So something was off. That is it. So I'm going to copy, delete, paste. The fuck? Oh. What am I doing? Delete. Delete. Cool. All right, we got the bass drum. I'm gonna go to track 2. I'm gonna rename this boy to percussion. I used to be an expert texter on those Nokia brick phones. And iPhones have just spoiled me. So percussion, start with the clap. So overdub. All right, open hat. Let's see how my timing is. Oh, I'm the fucking man. Perfect. Thank you, Quantize. Let's add a little snare drum. And I'm going to turn up the volume or remove some of that filter on the snare. Cool. All right. I'm going to use this other open hat now with note repeat. And let's put that on a new track. So I'm going to put this on a new track. All right, now I'm going to come into timing. We're going to give this a swing of 69. I don't know what the fuck that is, but we're gonna roll with that. Okay, cool. Quick rename on this guy. This is open. Where the fuck is the H? Open hat, dos, enter. Really good naming there. So I got 3 tracks for my drums. We now need to load some musical elements. So I'm gonna come into my chords folder with a bunch of fantastic chords. Let's just see what we find. Let's go into the garage folder. Let's see what kind of sick shit we get. Oh! And what I like to do is load up multiple musical samples and elements so I can kind of test them all out. And I don't have to come back to this screen. So this is a workflow you could use. Just come in, test a bunch of shit. All right, so back to my main screen, Shift-6 into program. I'm gonna go into drum 2, and we're gonna come up at the top. I'm in drum 2, but that 909 program is assigned to drum 2. So drum 2 actually has the 909 kit on it, if that makes any fucking sense whatsoever. So I need to create a new program here. And we're going to call this one chord. Oh, hell yeah. You got it. You got it. There we go. Record time. So we're on chord. Bam. And let's go to those chords. So, one thing I like about this, and I think this is on pretty much all the MPCs, I come back to the main screen, come to a new track, assign that drum to, and that chord is only on pad 1, but I can use my 16 levels. Cool. So what I'm now gonna do is play the drum track and futz around with the chord, not recording it live just to try to get something Gucci. You only get a low pass filter on here, which kind of sucks. It's just something to keep in mind. But you can apply an envelope to that. Some sick house stuff, and I'm now gonna fuck around with the sample and just change them out while the beat's playing, see what we can get.